So we can go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining this quick webinar today. We'll be going over how to organize your presentation to fit in the fast pitch format that we'll be using for our 6th annual technology showcase coming up on August 10th. So thanks for making the time this afternoon, or if you're viewing this remotely. Hopefully this will answer your questions and help set us all up for a great day. A couple housekeeping items. We'll be recording this, of course, keeping the lines muted just to keep things orderly, but there will be plenty of time for questions. This should be a very quick webinar. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. For those of us that haven't met, my name is Dave. I run this program, the LA Better Buildings Challenge, funded by LADWP and Southern California Gas to help customers, as we'll call them, hit efficiency targets and take advantage of rebates and connect them with best-in-class technology companies like yourselves that have been recommended from our base of partners, including the GSA and our commercial partners as well. A couple of logistical details, or reminder rather, the event will be August 10th from 11:30 to 2:30, so a long lunch essentially. Plenty of time for networking. We'll talk about opportunities to exhibit as well. The format is fast pitch presentations. We'll have 2 panels of owners discussing how they go about selecting and deploying technologies in their properties. And so we've got a great roster of speakers, including top folks from Brookfield, from Irvine Companies, Kilroy Realty, LaSalle, Tishman Speyer, and one more to be confirmed. So it should be a lot of fun, good food and parking included with that. So for today's topic, the presentations themselves. So we have a specific format that we'd like you to use. The presentations are only 3 minutes, so this is fast. Feedback has been great from our owner partners. They really like this format. It's a way for them to quickly get the information, but it also puts some pressure on you guys, the presenters, to really get concise and get straight to the meat of the issue. So I'm going to walk through the template slide deck today. It's pretty straightforward, but this is the deck that we would like you to use, and please have your slides to us by no later than August 3rd. The event is on the 10th. We like to have time to review everything, make sure it looks good and looks as compelling as it can be. And we encourage everybody to practice because 3 minutes can go by quickly. You want to make sure you use the full time though too. I've seen some presentations come in under 3 minutes, and there was more time that the presenter could have taken. So with that, we'll get into the template slide deck. So this is what it looks like. We think the instructions should be pretty clear on how we want you to complete this. So we've indicated here, in brackets, the information that we'd like you to insert. So logo, name of the product, who you are, and your role in the organization. Pretty straightforward. This slide is, what's your company? So include your logo here, and then we indicated on all the slides kind of a box where we'd like you to fit the text into the page. So in this case, we're looking at some example customers because, of course, we like to know references, so examples of customers within your network, and try to fit it, please, in this box so everything looks uniform. We want the whole day to look consistent for the partners so that they can digest the information. Next slide is, what is the technology? Feel free to include an image or a couple of images here, and again, try to fit bullet points to describe the technology in the box as indicated here. Realize this is going to be a condensed format, but again, this has been really popular with attendees year over year, and can't believe it's already the 6th year we've been doing this. The application, here we're talking about, the application of the technology. So types of buildings, where it's most effective, certain parameters around the site that lead to an optimal deployment. So what is the best context for your technology? And again, fit those bullet points in this box here. Any questions about that, let me know. Features and benefits, of course, what does it do? What are the benefits? And not just the energy or water savings, but other benefits are important too. I think it's really important to highlight here if we're talking about, extending equipment life or tenant comfort, occupant comfort, or health impacts, et cetera. Those are important things to call out here. So features and benefits, generally speaking, but you want to make sure to touch on the energy or water benefits, but also other benefits. Getting to the nuts and bolts a little more about installation. So what does installation look like? We are focused on existing buildings. So we're talking about retrofits or equipment replacements in occupied spaces. And so how do you go about staging and phasing your installation? What kind of training is provided to ensure that the performance is sustained over time and that the operators actually understand how to maximize the benefit of the technology. So again, please fit your bullet points into the box as indicated. Evaluation, so how do we, and this is a big part of what the panels are going to be talking about, is how do you define success and measure it? And so we're talking about energy or water savings here. How is that measured and verified? What are the points that you're monitoring? Is there metering or other type of monitoring equipment that needs to be installed to prove up performance, or different approaches to that? And some that you can cover that verbally, of course, but want to include any relevant bullet points here. And then ongoing maintenance kind of related to the installation and training provided to ensure that the equipment continues to function and realize the benefits that we want to see from that. And then the major thing here too is to bring this home and show actual examples. So you've been recommended by our partners, and so we want to hear for our other partners some examples, or an example, I should say, in here in this presentation of a case study. And if there's any sensitivity around sharing cost information, we certainly understand that. We'd like to be as explicit as possible, though. So if possible, we'd like to see ROI and unit and cost savings. If there's project value, that's even better. Kind of back into it through those other metrics, but do like to see that. But we can work with you understanding, what's possible to show here. But certainly, customer name, image of the property, and project description briefly, and as much of the metrics as you're able to share. So this is really the key of the presentation, and why you're all invited is because you've been recommended, and you've got examples of successful deployments that we want to show here. And that's it. That is the conclusion of the deck. There will be, as I mentioned, time for networking, with the attendees. We've got 6 of the top owners in the LA area, or in the country for that matter, on the panel. We're also expecting attendees from across our partner network, which also includes public buildings as well as private. So it should be a great day. Also, contractors and engineers will be in attendance. They're often, the ones specifying equipment, so good networking with them as well. If you'd like to exhibit, that is optional. There's no fee to present. Of course, you're invited to present at no cost, and I think it's going to be really great exposure for you. If you'd like to have a table, that's an option. Here are the specifications for that, and we have a quick agreement if that's of interest to you. But again, that's totally optional, and you're invited to present for free. Any questions, please contact my colleague Renee. Renee at la-vbc.com is her email address, and I think we have some time for any brief questions here.
And hi, everyone. This is Renee. If you have questions, you can send them through the chat box, and then we'll address them.
Okay, great. Well, it doesn't look like we have any questions. It's pretty straightforward. If any questions do come up, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you again for participating today, and we look forward to seeing your presentations and to meeting you on August 10th. Thanks, everybody.